Hello, beautiful people. I'm RuthAnn.
I'm Rita.
So thank you guys so much for joining for Rue's Day Tuesday. Whoop, whoop. So we have been working nonstop. We've had no sleep, so thank you so much for taking a few minutes.
It's not like I had a choice. She's holding me hostage. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I have no energy to lie. She's forcing me to do this. But she loves me.
I know. I love her, and I love you. Thank you. We just dropped the Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope episode, or the full film, this morning at midnight. And so what we have been working on, and especially Rita, has been doing all of the translations for the...
Well, not the translations.
Oh, no, not the translations, but we've been taking the translations and putting them into
we did
the
coordinate
subtitles.
them, though,
yes,
with
it's true.
15 different language translators, so that's pretty neat.
And for those that don't know, tell us about what Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope is.
It's a Dragon Ball Z fan film based on the history of Trunks.
Yes. And I have the distinct pleasure of being a part of it. It's been amazing. And both you and Donnie are amazing. And you guys are basically a Robot UnderDog.
That's not true. You
Well,
and Tyler are here like every week.
Yeah, that's true. But you guys started it all. Like
sure,
the tag team couple.
We couldn't do it without you guys, though. So it's like, I mean, we wouldn't be doing anything without the team. So it's Robot UnderDog's like all of us.
Yeah. And it's great too. How does it feel for a lot of young female creators that are coming up in the world to be able to see like all the work that you've done on this incredible project? Have you even thought about that yet, of how maybe you could be inspiring like a lot of younger female, like a whole generation?
I mean, hopefully that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I know, like when I was even in film school, the only female director was maybe like Gail Ann Hurd had done a few things, but like other than that, there wasn't really anyone doing it. So I remember thinking like, oh well, like, and even in film school, the vibe was kind of like, oh well, the girls are supposed to do like the paperwork stuff, or like make the costumes, or like just like girl stuff. And it was like, well that sounds, I like costumes, but the paperwork stuff sounds like super boring. But that's just kind of like the way like it felt like it was supposed to be. So it took me a while to get past that stigma. I think more mentally, like being concerned that people, like other guys, aren't going to want to listen to like a female or whatever. But what's actually most interesting about that was, I think it was all just my own like self, whatever the word is, like basically like I had just thought that because of the stigma and because of growing up and because of like film school, like that's kind of like how I felt it was going to be. But, and this might just be from my personal experience, guys, like anything I say is just from I only know my story, so that's what I'm going to say. But anytime I ever led anything, it was nothing but amazing people, men and women, all willing to work together and do whatever. So, like, I've never had an experience, like, like, maybe, like, in the workplace, like, not film related, but, like, where someone was like, oh, I'm not doing this because, like, you're a girl. It's been completely the opposite. It was just all in my head.
Yeah, that is really interesting, because you don't really think about how sometimes, because of how we were raised, can also affect how we think of ourselves in the industry versus just like overcoming the adversity that's in the industry.
Right. That's, for me, it was like how I viewed myself, because also growing up in a religious home, it's like women are chattel, and so it's like very much like the man is the man of the house, and like like very much just second rate always. And in film school, like there was maybe 3 girls in the whole class. It was all boys. So I mean, just by like a ratio of women interested, they're not going to be doing the leadership jobs. So that was just kind of my own like mental stigma, I guess, just from society, what I had absorbed. But but that wasn't the truth of what happened.
Yeah, so that's great. That's good. Yeah. That like we're at least coming up to a point that like that wasn't what you faced. Like
I think too, Donnie says it might just be me.
You are a very strong, like, powerful woman, so you probably just, like, even if anybody was doing anything, you're like, nope, it just, like, kept on going.
We'll follow.
Yeah.
We'll get out of the way. But I think that's too, I think a big part of it is the confidence. And maybe, I wouldn't say mine's confidence, it's just, I don't know how else, like, if I think something's right, I don't know how to placate or do something that might not. It's just like easier for me to just go with something if I think that's the right way to go. And so it's not really confidence, it's more just like going for something. And then I think like if you have like a vision or you're just going full force towards something, other people will want to follow. Whereas I think a lot of women don't have that confidence because of society, and so they're not 100% sure of themselves. And then so like I know personally, if someone's like, oh hey, you want to work on my project, and if they haven't proven to me they can do something, or they're not confident, I'm gonna be like, I think I want to listen to you. But if they have, and they have like, no, like this is 100% what I want to do, and they can explain it and are confident, then it's easier to do it. So I think it's partially myself being ignorant to like not being confident, just being ignorant to like anything.
Well, it really just shows that you're very much a leader, and that's like a lot of people will look up to that. Men and women definitely look up to that.
Maybe I don't like the title, too much pressure, but
too much pressure. I love it. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, please let us know. I'll keep an eye on the comments. But so you spoke about that you like have this natural confidence, and though you don't like to say
confidence, I would say
assuredness.
No, I would say ignorance to what.
Ignorance to being wrong.
Yes,
like, I'm not wrong. I don't know I'm wrong, so I'm just gonna keep going. Whatever.
It's not because I don't even think about it. It's just like, oh yeah, that's totally what we should do.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily. I'm not like, oh yeah, I got all the plan. It's just, I don't know. Like confidence, I feel like is a weird word.
Your assuredness.
Yeah, I guess.
But even with all that and what we've talked about, have you had times like? Can you give any examples of times that it's just been difficult for you? For either being a young person coming into the industry or being a female coming into the industry?
Well, I would say, young, that is a big problem. Like, nobody takes you serious until you're, like, at least 30, no matter how good you are at anything. So, that's that. As far as being a female, in terms of, like, actually, I'm sure there's unseen things. A lot of, like, jobs I didn't get or things like that. But I was fortunate enough when I first moved to LA. My first job was as a senior producer on a premium YouTube network, and one of the people involved in hiring was also a female. So she it was because someone was already in place there to make sure and give opportunities and welcome males and females in, that I think it was easier for me, because it had just been all males, they might have just hired all males, but because there was already a female in a leadership role at my first job, I was able. That's not the only reason. I was hopefully talented. So getting that job, and then so that was really a big jump start. And then, like I said, personally, like working on Robot UnderDog, there's never been a time where I wasn't able to accomplish something because I was a female. And I know a lot of people, I read comments online, I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, you should say that because we're oppressed, and you don't know my story. And it's like, I know everybody has a story of being oppressed and having these sort of things, and I know there's a lot of unseen times. I know that maybe I was looked over because I was a female. But in terms of direct experience, no, that I know of. Yeah. I've not been hindered to accomplish what I want to accomplish. But again, I think that goes back to I'm gonna do the reason we started Robot UnderDog is because we want to do what we want to do. Yeah. I want to have fun with my friends. Yeah. And make cool projects. And so Yeah. And we did. Yay. Yay. And I was me and Donnie were just we want to shoot something cool. We'll just go out. Yeah. Let's just go do it. Yeah. So I think that's a part of it too. Why I maybe haven't faced adversities, because we're starting our own things as opposed to trying to be hired onto things. Yeah, to be a part of that. I see a couple comments here. Oh, Gary. Hello. So to talk about Dragon Ball Z Light of Hope, how are you feeling this morning, afternoon? It's 3 o'clock and it does feel like the morning. It does feel like the morning. I mean, I've still not woken up yet. Yeah. We slept an hour last night. You left at 7 a.m. And then I was up and working by 8. Yeah, because you had to move your car. At 8, yeah. And then the night before that, I slept 2 hours. So honestly, I don't even know. I'm here, but I'm not here. Yeah. And it's crazy to think. So basically what we're doing is, like we said, we're putting in all the subtitles for all these different languages. And we're doing it so methodically because it's just copy paste and making sure the lines line up. But then
it's crazy to think like there's a whole, now that means a whole like country of people can watch this and understand it.
Yeah, something that was really cool that I found fascinating about the subtitles was there were so many people volunteering to do it, and it's very much so like a thing of pride, like who has the best subtitles, like who, because they're bringing the project to their entire country.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think about it, never thought about that, and fans of the project think it's pretty cool. They get excited about it. So like for them, like they're very excited to let all of their countrymen know and like be able to understand the project. Like imagine like Dragon Ball Super, like if we spoke Japanese and we were the person.
Yeah. To like bring it to America. Like, you're welcome, America.
Yeah. Well, and it's a very big deal too because of like certain words or phrases. Like it's not exactly like word for word as we know watching sub and dub a lot of anime. So like they take a lot of pride in trying to bring out the same emotion and same
the subtle context that's going on.
And so like they're all very proud, and we had so many people volunteer. It was just insane. Like I was blown away at how many people were willing to put in hours and hours to do this. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of really awesome fans and dedicated people to this fan base. It's pretty great.
Yes.
And then so obviously you have the fan base of Dragon Ball. What are some of your other like big like fan
so many. Just off the top of my head, Hunter x Hunter. It's like my love. I don't know if I'd ever want to adapt that to live action.
Yeah, I don't really want to see kids get brutalized.
I do.
JK, just kidding.
No, I think it's so close to my heart, but I don't think it's something that can really be adapted because they are kids.
Do you think you could do like maybe almost an anime like adaptation or like a continuation, because we know that it kind of ended? Do you ever have that fantasy of like being able to like continue the story? Even if it like through,
I don't know if I would
to write it.
I would feel like it's like too. I don't know. I would feel like I'm not worthy. I guess. Because like I don't even know where you would go.
It's true.
In the story,
succinct pretty well.
But other ones I love, Samurai Champloo. That's definitely like top 5. I would love to adapt that. I think that it's like lends itself perfectly for adaptation. Obviously, Fullmetal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, all main features.
Yes, all of the artwork back here.
Yes.
So how old were you, and what drew you to manga and anime?
I've just always been a weird kid, you know.
I've had weird kids. Yay!
You know, just everyone wants to have superpowers, and that's exactly what
drew us all to.
I think too, like, I grew up in a very small town in the Midwest, and so you really live vicariously through TV and comics and manga and just anything exciting. Like, there's not anything going on. Like cows are like eating some grass or whatever. Like
that's totally true.
You just suddenly want to.
Hi, Jordan. Oh, sorry, we woke up Jordan. Oh, hey, baby girl. She's been also working very hard.
Yes.
And she's just exhausted. We've been keeping her up this whole time. It's been very rough.
But yeah, I think something that like there's a certain type of people that's drawn to this. It's when you don't feel like you want to participate in the own narrative going on around you. You seek out to join the narrative of a manga or an anime, and really like you feel like you connect with the characters. And I know that's something we've talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
Like you know
they feel like family. Yeah, for sure, totally. Bring this a little more. So when did you decide, and how did you decide that you wanted to take that love of like these characters in these worlds, like you talked about, and turn it into like your own artwork through like creating?
To be honest, I don't think it was ever a decision. It just sort of was like a natural course of action. Like you love something, you just want to make it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you ever drew drew it all, but like when you're a kid, like if you really love something, like you just find yourself drawing it.
Yeah, you just have to draw it over and over
and over
again.
Over.
Yeah.
And so I think it's never like a moment like, oh, like I'm gonna do this. You're just doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really true. I forget what artist. There was another artist. I don't know if it was actor or what, but it kind of in the same vein of like I couldn't do anything else. Like I just couldn't. Like this was my life. Done. What would your dream of like, whether it is Light of Hope or the next project that takes you to like where you want to be in the industry? Like where would be the prime spot of like, this is exactly what I want?
I wouldn't even say there's a prime spot or necessarily anything about industry. Like, as I used to, when I first moved out to LA, I used to be like, oh, I'm going to work on movies and do this or that and have, like, really big goals. But what I've learned from this project in particular is, like, I just want to tell stories. And I want to be able to have the ability to craft them and bring them to life without feeling like we have to do a certain thing and do things like a certain way.
Yeah.
That's
be beholden to, like, somebody else's, like, yeah.
Exactly. So, like, I mean, I would love to do movies or, you know, like, not live in a studio apartment and have money to do that, but I think what's most important for me is just to enjoy it and also to be able to tell a story and, like, impact people. The whole thing about, like, joining the narrative, like, give them something to, like, enjoy or be a part of, even if it's for, like, a short amount of time. Whatever they have going on in their life or whatever, they can just, I can make a story and they will be able to participate in it for however long.
Nice. And so it sounds like you're more drawn towards film than making films than anything, or would you be interested in doing, like, series? I
mean, there's really no such thing as, you just divide everything up, but everything could be everything, you know, like, you can break up a film into 5 parts. It really just depends on the story. Also, like, what character, like, how do you, I think that's part of it too, like, deciding, looking at the character or the story you have and deciding what is the best format.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually the anime I was telling you about, I think a week or so ago, that we want to do. Which would totally be a series.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's just telling stories.
Just finding the best way to tell that story, whether it's in one, you know, compact format as a film, or if it's better as a longer series.
Yeah, it's just all about the story, and also, I don't know, just, I guess it's more just trying to give people something to enjoy. Like, I know, like, how we feel watching anime. Like, wouldn't it be cool if other people felt that way by something you made?
Yeah. Gosh, that'd be great. Well, thank you again. I know we're busy and we're gonna literally go right back to it. I'm working on Japanese right now. Which language are you working on right now? Nap language?
Nap.
Totes.
Yeah.
The language of But and thank you guys so much for watching, and check out Robot UnderDog. They're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and their YouTube channel is Robot UnderDog 2. And of course, like, stick around for next week and let me know what you guys want for next week's Ruse Day Tuesday.
Ruse Day Tuesday.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.